So children, I wanted to tell you few things about the computer subject. You all know computers is one of the easiest subject ever compared to the other subjects, because we connected to computers in our real life very closely. Yes or no? In our everyday life, we are using so many accessories like mobile phones, computers, laptops, tablets for doing different kinds of works. Yes or no? We use it for our daily routine. For if you want to go somewhere, you will find the tickets in online, and if you wanted to buy something, we will approach the computer, and if you wanted to play a game, you will use computer or a mobile or laptop, and for the gaming purpose and for watching movies and for listening songs, whatnot, for every simple task as well as a difficult task, we are depending on the computers, using computers for our daily needs. So we are every day we are learning something new about the computers. So in our class 4 we are learning some of the fundamentals and basics of computers. Fundamentals in the sense, all the beginning concepts of the computers, like what are the storage devices, and how the memory will be calculated or measured in computers, like that. Our first chapter is that only: computer, a storage and a memory devices. In our first chapter, we are learning completely about the different storage devices and memory devices, how the memory will be
Excuse me,
measured.
sir.
Yes, dear.
Teacher, sir, the phone screen only, the computer screen, sir.
Yes, that's what. See, computer in the sense, you can call a mobile phone also a computer, laptop also a computer, a smartphone also a computer, a personal computer is also a computer, a desktop is also a computer, a tablet is also a computer, a smartwatch is also a computer. Because whatever the work you are doing on computer, the same work you can also do it in smartphone, mobile phone, laptop, tablet, everywhere you can do. Only the sizes are different, but the features and the functionalities are same in all the accessories. Yes or no? So you can call every electronic gadget as a computer, because it is working without the help of the human being. It is working completely with the help of electricity. So you can call every device as a computer. Understand? So our first lesson: computer, storage and memory devices. First of all, I would like to say something about the computers. In our earlier days, there are no usage of computers. Everything will be maintained in the form of books. They will maintain in the records only. Even if it is a small work or big work, everything will be maintained in records only. Okay, so storing the records in books is a very difficult task in those time at those times. If you lost the record, you have to write it again. It is a very difficult task. So what they did, they invented the computers so that we can store the data in computers. What do you mean by data? Data is nothing but the information of something or someone. Suppose if I ask your details, you will say, my name is so and so, I am staying in such a place, and my father is so and so, this is his contact number, and this is my house address, and this is the place where I am living. So you will say about yourself. This information, this is what we are calling it as a data. If I collect all of your data like that, okay, what I will do, I will arrange all of your data in particular order. What I will do, first all members, and then name of all the students, and then phone number of all the students, and then address of all the students, father name, and then uh, city. Like that, everything I will store in one particular order. This kind of data we are calling it as information. Okay. Do you understand information? Data means unorganized information. Suppose if I ask your details, first you will say about your mother name, father name, and your place of living and contact number, and finally you will say your name. Information means the same data you will say in proper order. Arranging the things in a proper order is known as information. Okay, so you should know the differences between data and information. So what the data contains? A data contains characters. Characters are nothing but alphabets or letters. Okay, data contains three different kinds of data. One is the characters. Also, you can call it as alphabets or letters. And the second one is digits or numbers. Digits 0 to 9. Total 10 digits we are having. And all the special symbols. Special symbols are nothing but if you look at the keyboard, you will find a lot of symbols like full stop, comma, semicolon, colon, question mark, at the rate, dollar sign, open bracket, close bracket, star, forward slash, backward slash, and so many other kind of symbols you will find. All these symbols we are calling it as a special characters. So a data contains all these three kinds of sets, character sets. One is the alphabet A to Z, and the second one is numbers 0 to 9, and the third one is all the special symbols. On your keyboard, you will find yes or no, only these three kinds of characters. So using this, we are generating a data. Okay, when this data is always tells about the unorganized facts and figures. Once if it is processed, we can call it as a information. Okay, so this is the small difference between the data and the information. Now, I have one doubt. If you download any movie or a song or a wallpaper or a game in your mobile, it will take some amount of memory, right? Sometimes when you are playing a game from Play Store, it will show you 15 MB of data or 20 MB of data or 5 MB of data or 10 MB of data. Some it will show you like that. What is that 15 MB? What is that 10 MB or 5 MB? It is the yes,
Storage.
yes, it is the memory it is taking for using that particular app. So if you wanted to download that particular game, you need to use the 5 MB of data. Okay, so let us discuss in detail about the memory and its sizes. So generally, every computer having a specifications. Like my computer is having a 500 GB of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM, so and so. In the same way for computers, laptops, mobile phones, tablets, or everything, you will find this storage devices. Okay, so so what we are saying, if you wanted to store something in your computer, okay, your computer must have a storage device. If you open the My Computer, you will find C drive, D drive, E drive, and F drive. Every drive having a some storage capacity like 100 GB and 125 GB or 500 GB or 200 GB. Like that, different storage capacities are there in the My Computer. So depending on the storage capacity only, you can store the information. So always the data is measured in the form of bits and bytes. Always the data is measured in the form of bits and bytes. Okay. So here we have calculations. Computer understands only one language, that is binary language. Computer understands only one language, that is binary language. We can also call this binary language as machine language. You can call it as binary language, or you can also call it as machine language. This machine language contains only two digits. Only two digits. One is the 0, other one is the 1. 0 and 1 are the only two digits available in binary language. Okay. 0 means 0 means on, sorry, 0 means off and 1 means on. Okay. Do you, in every one of our house we are having a switchboards, right? On the switchboard we have lot of switches. What do we do with the switches? Either we will on the switch or off the switch. If you are owning the switch, it will be considered it as 1. If you are offing the switch, it will be considered it as 0. Okay, like that, like one are on, call it as yes or no, or true or false. You can represent with your understandable language. Okay, so 0 means or 0 means off and 1 means on. So this is how we are represented both the 0 and 1. Here we have here we have one memory sizes table. Everybody has to understand the size chart of the memory. So I will tell you, I told you one thing, the data, the data that you or bytes, yes or no, either binary or bytes. So here 8 bits, 8 bits to 1 byte, 8 bits is equal to, okay, the same way 1020 1024 1, you can simply call it, okay, 1024 kilobytes is equal to 1
kilobyte,
1000
kilobyte.
1024 bytes is equal to 1024 kilobytes is equal to 1 megabyte. 1024 megabytes is equal to 1 gigabyte. Say for example, see here, yes, suppose if you open anything in a Play Store, say for example any app, it will show you 10 MB of data. 10 MB in the sense, here you can see the memory size. 1 MB is equal to 1024 kilobyte. Now 10 MB means 1024 into 10. That means very huge amount of data your computer is taking to download one particular file or a application from Play Store. Understood? So this is how the computer data will be yes dear.
Sir, a computer has a Microsoft Store, sir, not Play Store.
Yes, that is what. Not only the computer, see, computer having a Windows Store or Microsoft Store, mobile phones having a Android Play Store, Google, Apple's computers or laptops or mobiles having a iOS store. I'm just saying the example that whatever the store it may be, If you try to download anything, always the data will be measured in the form of either kilobytes or megabytes or gigabytes or terabytes. Understand? Depending on the size of the data. Okay. A movie takes a very huge amount of data. So one movie we will takes approximately 2 to 3 GB of data if it is a high quality movie. So in your mobile phone or computer or laptop, that particular amount is available, then only it will download the movie. Otherwise you cannot download. Say for example, the best example is pen drive. Take an example of pen drive. Suppose you are having a 4 GB of pen drive. Okay, you are having a 4 GB of pen drive. You can store only 4 GB of data, but not 5 GB or 10 GB. Am I clear? Okay, you can store only 4 GB of data. For example, you are downloading one game. That game size is 10 GB. Okay, you downloaded successfully and you are trying to store that 10 GB of game in your pen drive, 4 GB pen drive. Is it possible? No,
No.
it is really impossible. In 4 GB pen, yes, in
TV.
drive, you need 10 GB of data. In the same way, in computer also, if you are having a available space, then only you can store the data. If you don't have a free memory space, you cannot store any kind of data. You have to free up your memory. Either you need to delete all the unnecessary files and folders, or else you should move all the files, important files and folders to some other location, either to the CD or DVD or pen drive or a hard disk. If you do so, then only you can store the data. So like this, we have a complete chart, memory size chart. 8 bits is equal to 1 megabyte, 1024 bytes is equal to 1 kilobyte, 1024 kilobytes is equal to 1 megabyte, 1024 megabytes is equal to 1 gigabyte, 1024 gigabytes is equal to 1 terabyte. Like that, it will continue with the petabytes and exabytes, zettabytes, and yottabytes. Every name having a one short form. Kilobytes are represented with KBs, and the megabytes are represented with MBs, gigabytes are represented with GBs. Like that, every memory size is represented with a short form. In the exam, if you get a short form like this, you have to write. If I ask you what is the full form of PB, you should write petabyte. Okay, like that you will also get questions. So this is about the computer memory sizes. Okay, we have still lot more sizes are there, but depending on the usage only, we will use all the memory sizes. And coming to the memory, how many types of memory are available in computer? We have two types of memory is always available in computer. One is the primary memory and another one is the secondary memory. Okay, primary memory have this primary memory and secondary memory having many other different names. First, I will tell you the different names of primary memory and secondary memory. You can also call this primary memory as internal memory and secondary memory as external memory. Okay, and
RYM.
you can also call this primary memory as you can also call this primary memory as volatile memory and secondary memory as non-volatile memory. You can also call this primary memory as temporary memory, and you can also call this secondary memory as permanent memory. Like that, so many names are there. Okay, all are familiar and safe. Okay, So basically, here we have a tree structure of memory. The memory is dividing into two parts. One is the internal memory, other one is the external memory. Again, the internal memory is dividing into two subparts. One is the RAM and another one is
Branch
the
memory,
ROM.
main memory.
Yes, the internal memory is again dividing into two types, that is RAM and ROM.
Remote
RAM,
access or read only memory.
yes, very good. RAM stands for random access memory and ROM stands for read only memory. In the same way, the external memory is also dividing into four parts. One is the hard disk, and another one is the CD, DVD, Blu-ray disc, and the next one is a pen drive, and the last one is memory card. So this is the entire tree structure of the memory. Okay, so using this only, we are storing the data either permanently or temporarily. So in the next class, we will discuss everything one after another. It will take one complete class to complete. Now we don't have much time, so I will not start this concept right now. So in the next class, I will start this. Children, I would like to tell you one thing. Whenever I'll take a class, soon after the class, when you get a free time, either evening or afternoon, you just read the concept in the textbook so that
Oh,
you can come to know so many lots. You can understand it. You try to understand it. If not, ask me the doubts.